Hey, Whippersnappers, this is Tortimer the Gray. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Gray version Season 4. This week we are kicking off the NU tier with an NU Evil Team battle. We've got Ouroboros, our Dunsparce here, and took down the Oricorio there, going off, setting up some coils and things like that. Gonna go down to the Pina there, just sacking at this point, basically. Apollo then gonna take a hard flamethrower in the sun. Bruno then gonna switch in. I'm gonna go ahead and Terra Dark just so that I can get a little bit of extra boosted power, hoping that I can finish off the Scovillian before it finishes off the rest of the team. Sun gets waited out, and then the Scovillian's gonna go down. At which point then Bombardier comes in, Widget the Rotom switches in, throws up the Nasty Plot there, evading the Sucker Punch. Throw up the Will-O-Wisp to get that off on the Bombardier there. The knockoff coming in, not gonna be enough to take us out. But the Sucker Punch is, so Widget goes down without doing a whole lot of good there. Beck then switches in, U-turns on out. Sashimi's going to take that Rock Slide. Shishimi's then going to take that knockoff, going to survive it, but not going to have enough health left to do the substitute, so going to go down to another Sucker Punch. At which point then Beck switches in, going to finish off the Bombardier there. Bruno then comes in, and the Colada's going to finish off Bruno, and then Beck switches in, gets an Aerial Ace up, but a hard flamethrower going to take him down. So not a great showing from our NU team here in the first battle of the first week of NU up against Grunt Codeman, but hoping that we'll have some better showings as we get on later in the week. So let's check those out, shall we? Thanks so much for participating this week, Codeman. I greatly appreciate it. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we are up against Grunt Shunosaurus, and Beck going to get the attack lever from the Intimidate, and U-turn on out from the Hisuian Quillfish. Apollo then going to throw up the Earthquake, not going to really do much there. Widget switching in, Beck switching in, just kind of trying to figure out what I'm doing here. The Barbarage doing some hard damage there. Beck able to get the Aerial Ace off, not enough to finish off the Quillfish though, and is going to go down. At which point then Apollo switches in, gets that Toxic Poison. No poison types on the team to remove it, and no hazard switches either. So everybody just going to get toxic here. Venom Shot coming in from the Haunter, going to do good damage. Going to finish off Dunsparce there. Which point then Widget going to switch in. Widget throws up the Shadow Ball. The Umbreon shrugs that off as if it's nothing. Almost heals all the way back up with its leftovers. Synchronize going to burn Widget as well there. The Foul Play coming in. Not doing a terrible amount, so that's pretty good. Widget then going to Volt Switch on out. Going to bring in Apollo again. Apollo going to take some toxic damage as the Umbreon takes burn. Switching out there, the Intimidate going to land on Apollo, lowering his attack and making his resisted close combat even less useful. At which point then, I guess I say that, does fighting resist fighting? I don't know. Anyway, Apollo's dead. Bruno then switches in, going to evade the Stone Edge, which is very nice. Throw up the Retaliate, which is good. Apollo just went down, so Bruno gets to bring that in at us. Widget then comes in, tanks a Brave Bird there, and then is going to go back up against the Umbreon, already burned, so the Will-O-Wisp not going to do us any good there. Apollo then going to take a little bit of burn damage, throw up the Nasty Plot, and the Foul Play is going to take us down into burn range, and the burn... Oh, no, the burn does not finish us off. That's fantastic. Go for the Volt Switch, though, and the Umbreon protects, and then we will... No, we survive it. Oh, my goodness. It's been a while since these battles happened. Widget switches out. Bruno switches in. Umbreon's going to go ahead and protect. Bruno uses the Play Rough, but obviously Umbreon sees that coming, protects on up. Switches on out. Chansey comes in, takes a hard Play Rough. That does pretty good. So Bruno's going to come out, though. Chansey goes ahead and heals, and then the Will-O-Wisp is going to miss, and the Chilling Water finally going to finish off the Rotom there that was hanging on to life for so long. We set the substitute up with Sashimi there. It immediately gets broken by the Seismic Toss, so that's unfortunate. The Fill It Away is going to do some hard damage to us there, and then the Seismic Toss going to take us really close to toxic range, once again hanging on 1% there, but going to go down this time to the Seismic Toss from the Chansey. The Play Rough then coming in, going to finish off. I think I had originally switched Bruno out to be able to switch moves, but then I realized, oh, I'm down to Bruno. need the play rough to hopefully do something to these other Pokemon. But the Toxic going to finish us off here, and Grunt Shinosaurus is going to take the victory. So thank you so much for participating this week, Grunt Shinosaurus. I greatly appreciate it. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we are up against Grunt Scad, and Apollo U-turns out on the Magneton there. Widget going to switch out in face of the Cacturn. Beck coming in, going to go down to a critical Sucker Punch, so that sucks. Then the Retaliate comes in from Bruno, finishes off the setup Cacturn, so got that at least. Widget immune to the Drain Punch, so we'll do that. Then we get the Burn Up. Oftentimes, Toxicroak can throw up the special, though, too, so I'm not sure if that's going to end up being super useful tools or not. We start setting up with Widget as Spike starts setting up. Throw up the Shadow Ball just to kind of see where we're at. Lower the special defense, too, so pretty happy with that, but the Jolteon going to be faster. Switch on out. Hunter going to come in, though, and take the Shadow Ball instead, so we get a free kill there. Thank you, Scad. At which point, then, Widget is going to get the Shadow Ball to connect on Jolteon and finally finish that one off. Widget then just staying in until it's done. Finishes off the Toxicroak. Go ahead and switch into Full Ghost, hoping to have enough power then to finish off the Magneton, but not going to happen. At which point then Lemon Curd switches in and Fairy Terras to avoid the Dark type weakness there. Ouroboros switches in to the Ghost type move and starts setting up the Coil. Strength Sap comes and is going to take away a little bit of our increased strength there. Not a lot of damage output from Ouroboros here. Hoping for the Paralysis. There we go. We get it there. And then going to switch out. Shishimi's going to switch in, throw up the Fill away, and then is going to heal up a little bit from its Citrus Berry. The Will-O-Wisp hurting us a bit there. The Aqua Cutter going to come in and do decent damage, but the Strength Sap is going to heal Lemon Curd all the way back up there. Shishimi then gets behind the sub, but immediately broken by the Hex. The Aqua Cutter not really doing a whole lot there, but at least we get Paralysis a couple of times. Critical hit even there with the Aqua Cutter. The Strength Sap, though, going to heal. What does Strength Sap do? That move seems overpowered. But gonna go down there. Apollo then comes in with the Gunk Shot up against the Fairy type. And going to connect a second one, but not going to be enough to get in kill range there, and going to heal back up with the Strength Sap a little bit. At which point then the Gunk Shot going to continue to try and connect here, but my attack just keeps getting lowered and lowered and lowered, and so Apollo just going to eventually go down there. Bruno then switches in with the Retaliate, not going to do a lot there, and then the Strength Sap is going to once again heal Lemon Curd to full, at which point then Ouroboros switches in, gonna start setting up the coils, and Scad and I always end up in this dance. We don't like plan it. I'm not like, oh, I need to plan to stall out Scad this week. It just happens. It's just kind of the dance that we dance. So turn 34 of this battle, Lemon Curd takes very little damage from the body slam there. I'm like, all right, we're going for full. Let's coil up to the max. Not worth trying to chip away at her if she's just going to continue to heal and heal and heal with the Strength Sap. So just going for it. Just coiling. We're immune to the Hex. I think Scad, we might be stalling out some PP here even. Might not have those Strength Saps available anymore. So on and so forth. But Body Slam finally able to finish off the Lemon Curd there and get us our first victory of the week. Hard won. 40 turns of that battle. But thank you so much for participating this week, Grunt Scad. I greatly appreciate it. Let's move on to the next battle, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty guys, and here we are up against Rocket Grunt Adoram. Bruno comes in and immediately takes down the Honchkrow, at which point Shishimi switches in. The close combat gonna do real good damage. Heal up past the 50% point with our Citrus Berry there. Go ahead and set up the sub, but immediately gets broken. I just think Shishimi must not have the HP or defenses or whatever to make sub work very well, because I feel like every time we set it up this week, it just gets broken immediately, so that's not really super helpful. Ouroboros then going to come in and get burned. We've got another Driflim here, so that's traumatizing. The coil coming up from the Ouroboros. I'm like, hey, it worked last time. Let's just, no. We're going for that. We throw up the Dragon Tail, get the Driflim off the field. The Umbreon then switches in. The Body Slam is going to get the paralysis, but we've already got the burn, so the synchronize isn't going to really come into play, so that works out pretty nicely. Umbreon and Ouroboros switch out. The Muck goes down. Ouroboros switches in to the Fairy type here. Ouroboros is going to take a hard Terra Blast. Throw up the Body Slam, just kind of hoping for the paralysis, which we do get, which is fantastic. At which point then the Terra Blast comes in. I start throwing up Roosts, because for some reason I want to keep Dunsparce around. Throw up the Body Slam, doing okay damage. I mean, it'll be a 3-shot maybe. No, even more than that. Umbreon just shrugs it off completely, though. Not even interested in that whatsoever. We are burned, obviously, so that's hurting our attack power. At which point then the Play Rough is going to do good damage to the Umbreon. The Thunder Wave gonna limit Bruno's speed a little bit, and the Foul Play gonna land there. Not do a terrible lot, but Scyther gonna switch in. Really takes a lot from that Foul Play. I think that's the second Foul Play that I've switched back into this week, and he does not take them super well. Ouroboros then gonna switch back in. The Umbreon is paralyzed, which is great. The Dragon Tail does not connect to switch the Umbreon out. The paralysis lands, though, and the Dragon Tail finally comes in and goes ahead and gets the switch for us there. Houndoom switches in and is paralyzed, so that's fantastic. Ouroboros able to do a little bit of damage, and with 2 shots, finish off the Houndoom. So that worked out pretty nicely for us there. Which point then Umbreon switches in, the Dragon Tail going to miss. I guess at this point I'm just hoping to get as much little chip damage as I can with Dragon Tail, just switching them in and out. But Bruno comes in with the Retaliate, almost able to finish off the Umbreon. The Wish gets set up, Umbreon switches out, and the Drifloon is going to waste the Wish there, unfortunately for Addy. Widget then comes in, gets the Will-O-Wisp up on the Drifloon. Will-O-Wisp coming from the Drifloon as well. Widget going to start setting up the Nasty Plot. Addy has already used his Terra on his Houndoom, so can't switch around anything there, and the Drifloon going to go down, and then the Umbreon going to go down. So Widget taking victory for us there up against Grunt Addy. Thank you so much for participating this week, Rocket Grunt Adderum. I greatly appreciate it. We've got 2 more battles in this week, so let's jump right into them. But thanks you all, thank you guys all so much again. Here we go. Alrighty, guys, here we are up against Galactic. Galactic? No. Plasma. Yes, Plasma Grunt Mac. Sashimi takes down the Muck there. Oppenheimer switches in, gonna take a hard Aqua Cutter and go down. The Aqua Cutter gonna land on Cackle there with the Water Absorb, unfortunately. So not gonna be able to take it down, and then the Leaf Storm gonna connect with Sashimi and take Sashimi down there. Beck then switches in and forces out the Cacturne. America forces out Beck. Widget comes in with the Burn, getting that set up, but the special attacking Cacturne doesn't seem to care. Finishes off Widget there. Beck taking a hard Dark Pulse, and then U-turning out, finishing off the Cacturne. Then Ouroboros comes in, gets the Toxic there. America starts setting up, so do we. We all got wings here. We're basically the same. Throw up the Body Slam there. Just hoping for the paralysis with this early scouting attacks. The close combat, though, going to connect and finish off the Dunsparce. Bruno then going to come in and look for that Retaliate. Not enough to finish off the beautiful Shiny there, but enough for it to go down to its own close combat, so that's exciting. Then Apollo comes in and shows the Braviary what a close combat really feels like, takes it off the field, at which point then a Quillfish switches in, starts setting up the attacks there. I go for the Grass Terra, and not going to really be enough there, gonna go down. Leaves us with Apollo, enough to finish off the Quillfish there, but River then switches in, doesn't look like... Does it tell me? Psychic type. I was going to say, that doesn't look like the fairy icon. Terra's into Psychic and is going to be able to finish off Apollo there. So, thank you so much for participating this week, Grunt Mac. I greatly appreciate it. We've just got our admin battle to look forward to now, so let's jump right on into that. But thank you guys, all those grunts, for participating this week. Let's jump into the admin, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty, guys, and here we are up against Evil Team Admin, Pocket Flygon, Crab Cow. Why is it a cow? Crab Cow comes in, hard crunch on the Mabostiff. Mabostiff gonna go down. Always sad to see a Mabostiff going down. Not only because I love Bruno, but just because the games were specifically designed to make you love Mabostiff for some reason. Widget gonna get the burn off on the Hisuian Sneasel there. Beck gonna take a Shadow Claw, but really shrug that off. That's fantastic. The burn doing some good work there. The Aerial Ace not gonna do a whole lot. Beck gonna go ahead and Terra Grass again and get the Trailblaze off, finish off the Craballer. The Dun 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 comes in and Terra's flying, starts setting up the agility there. We get a good aerial ace off before an air slash finishes us off, so that worked out pretty nicely. At which point then our own Ouroboros comes in and is going to finish off Flygons there. The Sneasel comes in with the fake out, causes the flinch. Gonna take a little bit of burn damage there, and then Sashimi's gonna come back in. The close combat really not gonna do much there at all. Fantastic. The burn doing good work there. Sashimi's not been able to withstand a whole lot this week. The Shadow Claw going to get us down, but enough to set up the sub. The Shadow Claw going to break the sub there, but the Psycho Cut gonna finish off the Sneasel there. The Water Absorb from the Cacturn, another unfortunate occurrence of that. But Ouroboros going to come in as the Toxic Spikes start getting set up. Flygon really like the hazard, man. Looking at the field, I wasn't paying attention. We got rocks, we got spikes, we got Toxic Spikes. Start coiling here with Ouroboros and healing. Really don't want to lose my my tank. So down goes the Cacturn. The Bruxious, yeah, that's his name. Wow, fantastic. The Bruxious comes in, does okay damage, but going to go down to the Ouroboros there. And then Flygon loses. We take the victory against Flygon is what I meant to say. But yeah, thank you guys so much for participating in this week's NU Evil Team battles. I greatly appreciate it. Let's jump on over to the spreadsheet so you can see what next week is going to be. This has been previously rolled, but because this recording is like 4 weeks late or something. But just so you guys know when the next episode drops, what you'll be expecting to see, let's jump on over there, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we are looking at our new and improved RNG form spreadsheet. So move some things around. I think we talked about last time how we wanted any future Titan encounters to be based on the route, and we talked about do we maybe need some different routes and things like that. So I looked at the different biomes that Pokemon lists. They've got certain different kinds of biomes that they mention on like the Bulbapedia, I think is where I was looking. And then I think I maybe have a couple in here that I had of my own. But looking at the route type, we got grassland, forest, jungle, swamp, river, sea, tundra, cave. Tundra is snow and ice. Cave, mountain, volcano, desert, and urban are the route encounters. So should we roll another Titan or something, then we've got that that kind of sorted out there. But for this upcoming episode, we are wrapping up NU. We did Evil Team this episode. Next episode will be the gym battle, and we rolled NU normal. I will state that these battles did happen. The NU normal battles did happen a couple of weeks ago. Flygon just posted in the Discord that with the new month that things have shifted around a bit in the tiers, so you may see some Pokemon in this NU normal gym battle next episode that are not currently legal NU Pokemon, or so on or so forth. I haven't really looked that closely at it, but that may be something that happens, so just so you guys are aware. But yeah, we'll be looking at single NU normal gym battling next week, so that'll be very exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all of our participants, especially for being patient. July was just an insane month for me and my family. Just very, very busy. So even when we were getting some battles in, because most of these battles for this episode and next episode have been in for you know, a week or two at the very least, and so yeah, I just have been too busy to record them, sort of type of thing. So thank you guys so much for participating, though. I greatly appreciate it. As always, I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Have a good one.